22nd, and you are watching a new episode of You Don't Watch Sports right here on the Feo Grande YouTube network. I am one of your hosts, the sublimely magnificent Big Ugly himself, Omari Ellis, and I am joined not by Bill this week. I'm joined by a guest who's returning to this show. He is a man who's a friend of ours, friend of the channel, the one and the only Big Bro Ibn. Ibn.
What's going on? What's going on, man?
Hey, Ibn, how's your
Uh
sports week?
I mean, like it's nothing's really happening, man. Like all you had was the finals, like the NBA finals. Like, okay, that's it.
Ah,
And
so
it
it's going
really
better than mine. All right, we'll get
like what can you really say? Like the finals wasn't good, the playoffs
oh,
weren't good. So yeah,
yeah,
I didn't
speaking
really care. So
uh, understood. Well, yes, this is the You Don't Watch Sports. We will cover three topics across the sport landscape and invite you to use those topics in week whenever you find yourself in one of those awkward, like elevated moments. You just want to talk to somebody, help you sprinkle a little information into your sports conversation. Is where you're guiding light through the sea that is sports talk. Now, Ibn, you touched on it, and we'll go ahead and get started with it with our first seed of the day. The Celtics embarrassing the Dallas Mavericks with the gentleman's sweep 3-1 in the
four
finals.
one, 4-1.
Yeah, whatever. Jaylen Brown, pretty much a sweep where they lost the game on purpose so they can win in
Mm-hmm.
their hometown.
Winning, yeah.
Jaylen Brown is your finals MVP, if I remember correctly. Or was
Yes.
it? Yeah,
Yes.
okay. I'm about to say it shouldn't have been Tatum with the way people were talking
Uh,
about those first two games. Did you watch any of these games?
I
What did you
watched.
think?
I can only watch because my job. I work Monday through Friday, two to 10:30, uh, and sometimes I get off at 12:30 for overtime. So I can only watch the game that was played on Sunday. I think that was like game two. I want to say or three. One of them. One of the. I think it was like game two. I could be wrong, but I remember that game. Dallas was playing really, really good on Boston. They were beating them really good, but
Mhm.
then they let Boston come back and just destroy them. So yeah, and it just like I say, that's the only game I could watch, but I did keep up with it because, like I say, I'm a casual basketball fan. I only watch it during the playoffs anyway. So, but I always keep a cursory glance with the NBA through ESPN and social media and stuff.
Mhm.
But uh this year I haven't really cared because uh I don't know, man, like this season to me, like it's kind of boring, man. I don't know how to explain it. Like it just I don't know if you can agree. I don't know if you agree, but it something about this season to me just did not seem like a good one. Like it's kind of boring. And then the playoffs didn't have your stars from the previous generation in Steph, LeBron, KD.
Didn't have the current
So
stars due to
yeah,
injuries, which I didn't
right.
want to bring up a lot on the show because everybody knows me. And if you don't know me, you're gonna like obviously Big Bro Ib knows me and everybody else knows me. But if you are new to the show, I'm not the biggest fan of Boston sports teams. We
Right,
don't have to
right.
delve into the why. Just know I'm from St. Louis, and that's probably explain enough as far as I'm concerned. But
I am too. We
bottom
all are.
line,
We all are.
bottom line is,
So we don't like
yeah,
Boston
yeah,
either. None of us do.
yeah. Everybody that's been on the show so far, at least this show so far, is from St. Louis. So yeah. uh, but I didn't want any bringing up of the injuries of the teams Boston defeated to be misconstrued as me discrediting them for their thing. Like the Celtics, to my knowledge, don't have a history of cheating, so I would never accuse them of cheating. That's stupid. That said, uh,
No.
they I always expect the worst when it comes to playoffs of any sport, especially if my team is not it there. So I assumed Boston was winning anyway, because I always assume the sun will stay down
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I mean, everybody did. Like it was pretty much a foregone conclusion this year that pretty much Boston was gonna come from the East anyway.
Hmm.
Like it pretty much was. Like Philly wasn't gonna do it. Milwaukee, Milwaukee. Once Dame, once Giannis went out, it was like okay, it ain't happening. And then once Dame went out, it was like okay, yeah, fuck them. They're cooked. Stick a fork in them. So like they were the only ones.
They play Miami, who has
Yeah,
beaten them in years
yeah,
prior,
yeah.
and
Oh,
Butler
oh,
gets injured.
yeah. I was gonna say right. Once he gets injured, then they were done. So
And
like
then it's time
once
for the surprise of the year, the Knicks, which I
yeah
tried to tell Bill, or I'm pretty sure I told Bill on one of our previous episodes when he brought up the Knicks. He's like, "You don't think they got it?" No, I have no faith in the Knicks to do
they're the
anything.
Knicks,
And they had an injury too. On top of
right?
it, they
So
weren't going to win anyway. And then just to rub salt in
yeah,
the wound for the
yeah.
rest of the nation, they went ahead and got injury as well. So, but nonetheless, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Marcus Smart, and the boys did their thing. Won a chip. Congratulations, Boston. You win yet another chip, ending that ever so long drought of like 2 years without a championship in your city.
Oh,
Anyway,
I
that's
think
bad. Oh, go
one
ahead.
thing I saw on Sports Center last night. I think they said it was like I think they said it was like Boston's like 17th championship. This mo
18.
this yeah this century. Like
Oh,
what?
just the city?
Yes, this century.
So, so
17th this century.
last I checked, and by this century, they don't mean the last 100 years. They mean from 2000
The
to
yeah
now.
yes this
So in the
century.
24 years,
Yes
they have
yes
17
yes.
championships.
Ever since the
So
Red Sox
that's
beat the Cardinals. Ever since
seven
the Red Sox.
years
Yes
in the whole time.
yes since 2004.
Oh no,
Ever
so
since the
that's
Red.
not. So we're not even counting the Patriots shit.
Oh no! I'm tripping. I'm tripping. No, I'm counting the Patriots. I'm counting the Patriots. Well, how can I forget about the Patriots? I'm tripping, bro. Fuck that. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I'm about to say that's every year you're
Yeah,
winning a fucking
yeah.
champion.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
And
I'm too
people
high.
said I'm fucking
I'm high.
crazy
Yeah,
in
I'm
all
high. I'm
life.
sorry. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yeah. I'm high right now, so my bad.
Yeah.
But yeah. No. The Patriots started it all, man. So yeah,
Yeah.
when they beat the Rams, that
Well,
just
they've
set
had
it
a
all off.
whopping
So yeah,
7 years this century where they haven't won a championship. And people say I'm out of my
yeah.
mind when I say they're spoiled. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
Any
spoiled city. That's spoiled.
yes, spoiled city. Speaking of the Patriots, I won't go into a whole topic on it, but to make my sports week even worse, number 12 was in the building on Sunday, in our building in St. Louis, to fucking stomp on to mock us for not being in the game. You know damn well if the Battlehawks were actually playing, that motherfucker would not have been in that stadium.
What makes you say that?
Because he did it to prove a point, like all the motherfucking Boston people do. They love fucking rubbing it into St. Louis that we don't win shit.
They had him up there. He's going to be up there regardless because you know he's going to be announcing football on Fox this year.
I'll put it
So
this way: the Rock's
it was a practice.
the
It was
team
practice.
named after the Rock, the Brahmas, they were in the championship game,
And they got their ass whooped. They got
and
shot.
his ass didn't even bother showing up.
He didn't need to.
But no, my thing is, it's his league and
It's
it's
his
his
league, yeah.
team having a
Right.
chance to win the championship,
Right.
and he deemed it wasn't worthy to show up. You think
I think
fucking Brady gives a damn about anything if this ain't personal?
no.
That's
Here's what
all
it is.
I'm saying. There's a
No.
little personal stab to St. Louis. Yeah, you better cheer for me. I'm
No.
in your
All
city.
I'm
Fuck you.
all I'm all I'm saying is, you know, Brady's going to be a commentator later on this year on Fox. So I think it was a corporate synergy thing to give Tom Brady practice to be commentating football on Fox. That's all it was.
A likely
That's all it was.
excuse. A
Speaking of
likely
that,
excuse. Moving.
speaking
Oh,
of
go
that,
ahead.
I know we're going off topic. I know
No,
we
no
are.
problem. Go ahead.
Are you gonna? I know you hate Tom Brady so much. So are you gonna be watching football when he commentates?
Oh, I might mute it.
So I mean, I know he's not gonna be commentating the Panthers because they suck dick. But if he ever did, would you watch him?
I'm not going to deny myself watching a good game just because
Okay.
Tom Brady's talking. Shannon
Okay.
Sharp likes to brag about the fact that he never watches with any commentary on in any sport because he wants to observe the game. I can do that for one game a week, if that.
Okay. So you gonna mute it? Okay. All right.
Mute it, play a
Man.
game in the background, do something. If the Panthers ain't involved and it ain't like the top of the top anyway, I'm probably not watching it. I'm a casual sports fan. Uh,
Well, I'm a huge football fan. I
I,
will
I,
watch any game on. So
I prefer watching football. Obviously, that is my favorite sport, and I do watch it more than the others.
yeah.
However, if there's a reason for me to not watch something, if I know that all there is misery for me in watching it, why am I watching it?
Mhm.
That's why I turned off like Panthers games in the second quarter. I know
Yeah.
where this is
I don't
going. I've
blame
seen this
you.
movie before.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah. No, they're not gonna be good this year. They're not.
they're not going to be good for the next decade because they traded all that shit for Bryce Young,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
turned out to be bad.
And their owner's an asshole. So yeah.
Yeah, he's not a good owner. It is what it is.
No, he's horrible.
It is what it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You stick with the team you stuck yourself with. So I guess I'm stuck with this team. Anyway, moving on to a different sport, because that was not one of our three topics. We're going to talk about the NHL. There is another playoff final series going on, and my sports week, I've got all kinds of egg on my face because last week I was informed that the Florida Panthers, were up 3-0 on the Canadian team. And while it'd be great and I was like, while Bill's been very pro Canada, getting their first Stanley Cup in a
Oh,
minute.
Canada.
Not necessarily because he likes Canada, but he likes rooting for the underdog. I can respect that. I usually,
Oh,
despite
hold on.
contrary to popular belief, I root for the overdogs half the time and
Edmonton's
underdogs.
Edmonton's they're the underdogs.
Mm, yeah, the
Hmm.
Canada.
Oh, okay.
When's the
Okay.
last time Canada won a Stanley Cup?
I mean, yeah, yeah. I read 93, so that's what I
Oh, okay.
heard.
I'm about to say Boston's won at least 17 championships since the whole country of Canada won them. But
But no, they said I read somewhere they said 93 was the last time Canada won the NHL, the Stanley Cup,
yeah. And
which is
Bill
fucking
mentioned
wild.
that, and he mentioned they were
31
down
years.
3-0. And I was like, well, I don't have much to say. It'd be cool if the underdogs did. So I only gave him 3 words. I said, USA, USA,
Yeah, I saw
USA.
that.
So I did that, and they've been getting bodied since. The Florida Panthers immediately shat the bed 3 games in a row. They're going to shit the bed on Monday. Congratulations, Canada, on finally winning that Stanley Cup. You're welcome. I cursed my country.
You
I gotta
cursed them, man. You
realize I
cursed them.
can't root for things that I like, or they're gonna lose. The exception being the Blues over the Bruins in like 2017. Anyhow, but
Yeah, yeah.
who do you think is winning? Who do you want to win Monday? Do you care? Do you have any idea?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I like history. I like watching history. So I would like to see Edmonton win because I don't think that's ever happened in hockey. Or if it has, it's only been like a handful of times.
What, that
So
the
it
Oilers
doesn't it
won?
doesn't no, I mean coming back up, winning the championship after being down 3-0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's happened. It's never happened in any sport except for baseball when the Red Sox beat the Yankees in the ALCS. That's like the only time it's ever happened in sports. I think.
Ah,
I could be wrong now. Like I don't know if it's ever happened in hockey. I know it's never happened in basketball because it almost did last year when
mm.
Boston almost beat Miami after being down 3-0, but Miami still won. But I would like to see Edmonton win, but I'm not a hockey fan by any stretch of the word. And I only watch it when the Blues are playing for the Stanley Cup, like 2019. So yeah, that's
All
how I
right.
feel.
So, fun fact. Speaking of making history, it's either Edmonton, wins it comes back from '03, making history doing that and winning their sixth Stanley Cup ever, or the Florida Panthers win and they win their first. And history is made
Okay.
because it's the first time they've won a Stanley Cup. So history is to be made Monday
But
night
that
in the
would be
NHL.
that would be history made if Edmonton won. Being
It,
down 3-0.
I would assume. I haven't checked that. I was trying to see if what's their names had a
Okay.
chance to make it history. Let's see. NHL 3-0 comebacks. List of teams that have overcome 3-0 series deficits. Wait, has somebody? The following list of teams have done it. So looks like the Maple Leafs did it in 42 in the Stanley
Okay.
Cup Finals. The last time anybody did it at all appears to be 2014 in the Western Conference first round, the Los
So
Angeles Kings.
that's 10 years ago. That's pretty recently. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
there have been 4 successful comebacks from down 3-0.
Okay.
Baseball apparently has had
It's only
one.
once. Yeah, when the Red Sox did it, when they beat the Yankees. And then went on to beat the Cardinals in the World Series, sweep them. So yeah. Basketball has never happened. I see your face. Boston almost did it last year. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so it happens a lot. I'm rooting for history to happen. Let's go USA. Let's go Florida Panthers. Make history. Win your first Stanley Cup. That's it.
Another thing too, I want to say, I've always thought hockey makes no sense in the South or the Southwest or the West Coast. I've always thought that.
You mean you're not a Solar
But
Bears fan?
I don't even know what the hell that is.
It's I think like a minor league hockey team for Florida. They have the
Oh,
Solar Bears,
where do
and
they play?
it's like a pick in Florida, not Orlando.
Oh, okay.
But they have it's their like mascot or the picture is a polar bear playing hockey, and he's got sunglasses on because he's a solar bear.
Anyway, but yeah, I just I never thought that it made sense in the South or the West Coast. Like it to me, like where places where it doesn't get cold, who's playing hockey there?
Well,
Like
that's why you
it
got
just
stadiums.
yeah,
But yeah.
but it just costs money to maintain that. I don't know. Right,
That's all I
pretty much.
got.
Pretty much.
Yeah, moving on to our third topic. So we kind of touched on, the main sports. It's kind of a slow time of the year for a couple weeks as far as sports goes.
Months.
However, we have covered this on the show before. We even had a pretty viewed short asking if video games count as sports. And I'm like, they can be sports, or professional esports can be sports, but you can't call them athletes, or you shouldn't call them athletes. I think that's the difference. Like the fact that you're competing and put all the same work in that an athlete would for sports, but you're not the physical specimens that
Yeah.
people normally associate with physical
Okay.
sports.
I can kind of
Those
see
are
that.
athletics. Those are athletic sports as opposed to electronic sports.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I can see that.
That
Okay.
said, electronic sports, there's a major fighting game tournament going on next Saturday, and it is called CEO. If you may have not heard about it, you probably should have. It's been around for years. But yes, Community Effort Orlando. Been around since 2010. Yeah, CEO. Yes, Sasha Banks. Oh, not Sasha Banks. Mercedes Monet. She's got her whole CEO chance and stuff with that as well going on. Um, anyhow, she's a good wrestler. But that's going on next weekend in
Great
Daytona,
wrestler.
Florida. You guys should go ahead.
Daytona.
Daytona. I remember when we had the first trailer to announce that we would be in Daytona, and that is like that they announced like next year. Daytona. Good times. And this is the last time we'll be in Daytona, maybe ever. maybe for a while. I don't know. I'm not part of the CEO planning committee, but they are moving back to Orlando, I believe, going forward. So this is the last one in Daytona, so it should be fun. We got about 2,600 competitors have already signed up, and I don't even think the numbers are final. But you can check those out next Saturday. Got all the all the top games going on right now. Your Street Fighter sixes, your Tekken eights, your King of Fighters for 15, Guilty Gear Strive, Smash Ultimate, even some oldies like Capcom versus SNK2, some other games as well. It's a good time. Check it out. You can check that out on twitch.tv/CEO gaming. They will definitely have
Yes.
links there where you can find any of the other things. Generally, it goes from Friday, which this year it is Friday, June 28th through Sunday, June 30th. Usually Sunday is all top eights for however many games, and they come out and it's themed after pro wrestling. The tournament is
Right. Yeah,
themed
I saw
after
you with
pro
the belt. Yeah.
wrestling.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's themed after pro wrestling and which we also cover on the show. Haha. Multifaceted. But yeah, it's themed after pro wrestling. Sunday, a lot of the top eights, or at least the main games, they get to have their own entrance. Like they get to have entrance music and stuff when they're announced for their top eights. It's
That's
been a
what's up.
fun
That's what's up.
gimmick. The game's played in a giant wrestling ring. It's a good time. If you're a fan of fighting games and a fan of wrestling, or a fan of either, check it out. They've even been some pro wrestlers that showed up in the past, like your Xavier Woods, your Kenny Omegas. Uh,
I remember
AE,
that. Yeah.
AEW has a show called Fighter Fest. The first one was at
Yep.
CEO
That was. Yep.
2019.
I remember that. Yep.
I do
You were there.
too.
You were there with the sign your face. That was funny as hell.
Yeah,
I was like, "Yo, that's Pete. That's what's on shit, Pete."
yeah, that face right there was at the first Fighter Fest. So yeah, go ahead and check that out, CEO Gaming, and we'll keep that topic nice and short. You gonna check it out? You can check out some Tekken 8 stuff, see some cool things of it.
um, I don't think so, but I'm not trying to poo-poo anything. I'm sorry for that. I didn't mean to do that. I am sorry.
I love it. I love the honest response. It's fine.
But look,
No,
it sounds like it sounds like a real good time though. Like I would love to go down to Florida and come down there with you one day and see how that is. Cause I love wrestling. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I mean, both of us are. Jazz is a wrestling fan too, and Bill
Bill.
is becoming one again. He's becoming one. He's becoming one again.
Mhm.
So, like, all of us love wrestling. So, like, that just like it sounds fun though. It just sounds fun. I'm
It's
not
a
a
good
huge
time.
fighting game fan, so I'm not a huge fighting game fan anymore like I used to be
Mhm.
when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
and if you're in the
But
Florida,
it sounds fun though.
yeah, and if you're in the Florida area, the Daytona area, you can feel free to come in and also be a spectator and enjoy stuff. And I believe the spectator's badge, just like the competitor's badge, gets you access to things like the 24-hour arcade for the weekend that's going on, that they got going on with a whole bunch of games. A lot of them fighting games, but they got rhythm games like your DDRs and other stuff too, and other
Okay.
like things. It's a good time. Come on by if you're in the Florida area. And if you're not, still come on by. Find a way. Gotcha. That said, I believe we covered our three topics. Is there anything if you want to catch more content on this channel, obviously we got the show on Tuesdays. We got This Guy Hasn't Seen with me and Bill Smith, the general host of this show, where we trade movies and stuff back and forth. We've even got a guest episode with Big Bro Ibn over here, um, as well as Super Jazz, who we've also mentioned numerous times. Speaking of Super Jazz, I got a show with him on Wednesdays called the Whatever We Want podcast, where we talk about just that, whatever we want. And we've been simulcasting it for this season, trying to see what's going on. But you can catch the first three seasons on its own YouTube channel. We got episodes on this channel as well for this season 4. Can you believe that we've done it for 3 years? This is the
Wow.
4th year. And then the
Wow.
shows with Bill are on TGHS is on its 3rd season. So that's
Wow.
been going on 2 years.
Wow.
We're doing things. We're making moves and making songs and fighting around the world. You know what I'm saying? I also got a Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That's Giotavi. Come on in, stop on by. Ibn, you got anything you want to tell the folks? anything you want to shout out or anything like that?
Um, no, not really. Just saying, like, I don't want to like. Well, let me not say that. All I want to say is, this is the worst time in the sports calendar because after the NBA Finals, uh, to the first game of the NFL season opening night, it's just like not that fun to talk about. Like nothing's happening really. All you got is baseball. So yeah, and this is
Baseball's
funny.
fun too.
This is funny. This is funny though. I feel like I'm having my FaceTime
Oh
on
no.
around the horn right now. Like I won around the horn. And I'm having my FaceTime and I'm having my little saying my little spiel right now at the end of the show. That's just what it seems like right now. So yeah. But
That's
anyway,
funny.
I say this to say follow me on Twitter if you want to, I guess, at ibdude, IB as in boy, DUDE. I mean, if you want to. I mean, I'm kind of boring on there. All I tweet about really is football and wrestling. And every now and then I'll tweet about hip hop, but that's about it. So, I mean, if you want to follow me there.
Okay, you'll probably be seeing more of them and stuff on the channel anyhow. But that said, folks, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Adios.
Peace.